Welcome, residents, to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
What? I said it.
Almost.
Nope. I said it perfectly.
I'm pretty sure you said E-cross from me.
Listen back. It was perfect.
I don't misspeak.
Yeah. It was a perfect sentence.
No one's ever had a better sentence.
Yeah. Each week we
He'll
talk.
also say that at his inevitable trial.
Yes.
No one's ever had a better sentence. Incredible sentencing.
Oh, that's
I'm the
good.
bay at being sentenced.
They're doing that right now, aren't they? Or they're going through the...
Oh, they're getting everyone around him.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
not him yet, though.
Oh, okay. Well, each week we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC. while not
Washington,
that,
DC.
Yeah, not that DC.
Politics?
While fielding questions from listeners like you.
Because I've got hot takes about infrastructure.
Oh, wow. Let's see if that is...
I don't think we should have roads.
Let's see if...
That's my hot take.
Wow.
No more roads.
Hey, you know what? Where we're going, you don't need roads.
That's right. That's yeah.
That's not the
Vanier
song?
Eden 2024.
Yeah, I did Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, I don't know why you went to Batman Forever.
I did Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah. Baby,
I'm from the back from the future again.
you remain my hoverboard sneakers.
Marty!
The photograph is changing my
Oh, well, that's good. Fuck. Save that for the Patreon.
Why would those two things be crossed over?
We're...
Great Scott!
Oh, my God. No, that's good. That's the crossover we always needed.
Well, I've been buying uranium from Iranians, you see.
Oh my God, it is uranium from Iranians? Is that really what it was?
Yeah. Or, no, sorry. They're not from Iran. But it's...
For the joke, they are.
But he's buying, or like he's in deep with them
Yes.
about it. They kill him at the
Yeah,
start of the movie,
I know.
right? And then
Yeah,
Marty
yeah,
goes
yeah.
back in time.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's like they're like, yeah, Iranians or something.
Yeah, whatever. It's all the same.
I was trying not to go there. I was about to overcorrect, go they're Iranian or French or
Oh.
they're
that,
just from a country that is not the US.
Yeah, that side of the world. Let's see if any of that is mentioned in our review.
Ooh.
That's right.
Baby.
A 5-star review.
Oh, give me a 5-star review, please.
What's the line with his voice?
Droopy Dog?
Yeah. The one we did.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm gonna come.
Oh my goodness, just like that.
Or like Goopy Dog.
Is it? Yeah, it was this podcast. I was going to say, was it this or Ghostface? I was like, it wasn't Ghostfaces.
No, we haven't really brought in the cum stream into the...
This podcast where you did a impression of Goofy eating pussy. You just went, lick.
Come on, Max.
No.
Where it's your stepmom.
Oh, golly, I'm stuck.
I mean, it's Goofy. It's a very good possibility.
What's a review?
Number 126 from Facebook from David Paul Barclow III.
Oh, Jesus.
He does not wear hand-me-downs.
Listen, I'm probably going to step in it here because I'm betting at least either one or two is deceased now, but if they're not, let's get a review from them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's David Paul Barclow 1 and 2?
Yeah, what the hell? We get the sequel without even hearing the first two?
Although sometimes the third movie is the best. See The Expendables.
Okay, I was like, give me an example.
Yeah, that's one where the third movie's the best.
Of the first three Fast and the Furious, I like the third one the most.
Yeah, I mean, that's tricky. It's between Too Fast and that one.
Yeah. They go on to say, what can I say that hasn't been said before? I only found the podcast in October, and I've already listened to every episode. I mean, I don't know when that is. If that's now, I mean, it's not that impressive.
October what year?
Yeah. October 2019.
Yeah.
The guys are funny, the topics are fun, and actually really useful in my quest to be a DC know-it-all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only room for one.
Okay, come on. I mean, yeah, there's room for one, but let's form a line at least here.
Yeah, it's you, Bruno.
I mean, Bruno would argue it doesn't start with me, I think, but
Oh, spicy. I like that.
I think I'm just saying what's sort of been bubbling on the Discord. Because somehow you've managed to you've managed to
What?
face turn, and I've managed to heel turn on this podcast. And I'm not sure how it happened.
Oh, I don't think
I think it was something to do with the fact that clearly
Oh, yeah.
we undeniably won the Canadian Podcast Awards, and rather than give us the award, they have shuttered forever and have ceased communications.
Oh, yeah. We've ruined them.
Yeah, there's no more Canadian Podcast Awards because they were like, we can't in good conscience let the Dr. DC podcast win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was for the best of them.
They've prorogued.
They all broke the capsules that were in their teeth. They burned the tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no
Yeah, there never was a Canadian Podcast Awards.
even though they're still tweeting.
Yeah.
I think they're pre-scheduled tweets though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really sad if it was just one guy who ran it and then that person died or something.
Oh, that would make me so sad too, and I feel like a real asshole.
I'd be so sad because we'd never be able to get it.
Yeah.
That'd be the
If
worst
he's dead,
part.
how do we get our award?
Yeah,
How do we get it?
yeah. What are we getting out of this?
What's our award?
Maybe it's
That we get.
maybe
Because
it's,
he's dead,
it is-
we don't get it.
is it in a will?
How's that fair?
It's in his will.
God, that's somehow sadder.
In my will, whatever the current years.
Make sure the guys that talk about
Come.
get their award.
I wouldn't want them to think that they've lesser.
P.S.
Die.
Also reading his will like he's writing it as he's dying.
Oh, I like that. That's how you write a will, right?
Last minute.
Oh,
That's how I write one.
what is that? Oh, it's a fly. The lights might turn off on here at any moment.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a pretty insane thunderstorm.
For the Yukon, this is probably
Yeah.
the worst storm I've seen all year.
Yeah, slash the river's gonna flood again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The river's gonna flood. Storms are brewing.
Yeah.
Come on, Jebediah.
Some people call me a river flood.
Oh no. Oh yeah. The end of this review.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the thing we were talking about.
They truly are a ever so slightly more homoerotic dynamic duo. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's more than ever so slightly. That's the bit I'm going to take issue with.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Also, we're not dynamic.
Yeah. Very homoerotic, also very boring.
Yes. Stilted duo.
They've somehow made being gay dull.
Yeah. It's the first most boring gay duo.
Yeah, we're crossing some sort of like weird, sad threshold of diversity. Great. Now even the vaguely gay stuff is boring too.
Yeah, talk about a diversity hole.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw a TikTok the other day that was it was a villain's assistant who's also flamboyantly gay.
Okay.
It was very funny.
Okay. Had to be there.
Yeah, look it up. It's good.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah, look it up. I saw it on the net.
I saw one of those TikToks. Very funny.
Yeah. Is it TBS? That's also very funny.
Jesus Christ.
We got some news. Jeez, wow, that was an extended news.
No, that's how long it always is.
My wife accidentally said sing the news instead of like bring the news or something. She was quoting something. Then I started singing all of the things that could be in the news. It was very funny.
Had to be there. Thanks, Grandpa.
You heard the news. Imagine if you sing it. First piece of news. Michael B. Jordan developing Black Superman project for HBO Max. So we had talked about this a long time ago.
Well, because I think maybe at the time he was only rumored to be
There was
involved.
there was
something.
talks maybe, I think.
But like I can never say his name right. That Ta-Nehisi Coates was going to like write a treatment or something
Sure.
for a Black Superman thing, and I think Michael B. Jordan's name was like swirling and or whatever. But I think we got like some more concrete stuff that it's going to be like about Val Zod, the character that Tom Taylor and Nicholas Scott created for the Earth 2 series during the New 52.
Yeah.
Val Zod, like a black Kryptonian who becomes Superman.
I love that.
After Kal-El falls to the forces of Apocalypse.
But yeah, Michael B. Jordan's kind of pushing it for himself now. Like now,
But is he going to star in it, or is he just producing?
No, I think he's doing both.
Oh, that's tight.
He's just like, I want this now.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Cool.
also how they got Creed.
A cool thing about that Val Zod character too is that he's like a pacifist. He has all the power of Superman and kind of doesn't want to use it.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's how they got Creed made. Was him and the other guy made it together.
Oh,
like
really?
the first Creed was basically just them on like.
Didn't Stallone write it?
They got Stallone to approve it.
No,
But
Stallone wrote it. He got nominated for screenplay.
did he? Because I remember it was like a super small movie. Maybe they all came together and did it. But
I might have this wrong now.
but I know that it was.
That's cool as hell, though. I really like Michael B. Jordan. He's great.
Oh, he's awesome. I love him and everything. Yeah, I'm 100% approving of this. Jimon Hansu returns for Shazam.
Oh no, you're right. Stallone didn't write the screenplay.
Yeah.
He has a story credit because he created the characters. But
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler did it.
Yeah. Coogler and Michael B. Jordan basically came together and made it together for
Right.
like no money, and I think they got Stallone to approve it and to
Well,
be,
Stallone's in it,
and he produced. Well, yeah, exactly.
I think he might. This is what I'm thinking of. I think he actually won Best Supporting Actor at the Globes or something for it because he's actually terrific at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's really good. Well, I mean, that's how the first Rocky was made too. He wrote the first Rocky.
Stallone is the architect of Rocky. He wrote that. He was nominated for screenplay for that. And
He got the whole thing made on his own.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to an interview with Matt Damon the other day, and he was talking about how
so the interview with Matt Damon where he weirdly admitted that he only stopped saying like the gay slur F word like a month ago.
No, I did not.
Yeah. He weirdly gave that up in an interview in a very Liam Neeson-esque
Jesus.
publicist screaming off
I've listened to
camera
a lot
sort
of his
way.
interviews right now, but no, I didn't get that one.
Oh, yeah.
But he was talking about how when they were writing Good Will Hunting and wanting to be acting in it and stuff,
Right.
anytime they were like, God, they'll never let us do. They're like, oh, Rocky, like,
Yeah, right.
like, it's an important piece. But yeah, Jimon Hansu returns for Shazam: Fury of the Gods and possibly Black Adam.
Yeah, well, because he's the wizard, right? So it would make sense to have him in both.
I hope we get a young, hot version of him. Like because he's the wizard. I mean, it's ages. I'm assuming he ages at some. Like he didn't come out that way.
I guess because I'll just picture him as always old, though.
I want a hot one.
Why?
It's like fucking.
Do you think the Black Adam movie is going to have like a dearth of attractive people in it?
Yeah, but Hansu can get it.
I mean, he can. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But
I want to.
old Jimon Hansu
Yeah, but he
can
can't
get it.
always be old.
Why not?
You don't come out of the womb all old.
Yeah, but we don't know how old he is. He's functionally immortal.
That was a long time ago. I want to see hot Hansu.
Right. Do you just like de-age him like Michael Douglas and
Oh
Ant-Man?
no,
The creepy like face thing.
Black don't crack, baby. I bet he still looks great.
Oh, I mean, he does. He looks incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he needed it at all.
But yeah, I mean, makes sense, I guess, in a way to have him in Shazam 2, although he did apparently die during Shazam. But could be flashback or could be
Yeah.
fools, I'm back.
Yeah, I'll be curious.
It does make sense to have him in Black Adam as well, because in Shazam, he does reference the first champion, stuff like that. Like they're connected. So yeah, get him in there. Why not?
How is your exercise ring already closed?
Because I went for a walk this afternoon, and
Good God. A walk? You
Yeah.
got to close your exercise ring by a walk?
and other stuff. But yeah,
I lifted my arm like this to show people.
fuck you, man. I did 30 minutes of exercise today.
Jesus. I'm jealous. It takes so much more work for me to close a ring.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Son of a bitch.
What did you do today? You sat at a desk, and then you drove home, and then you sat at a desk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it didn't move at all. Well, I also didn't wear my watch today. So
So then what the fuck are you complaining about?
I'm not complaining. I'm just noticing.
People are allowed to be better than you at things. Or not even better, but just doing things you aren't doing.
Both those don't make any sense.
Good Lord.
Next piece of news. Leslie Grace officially cast as Batgirl.
Yeah, that's right. So not only that, so I don't know her from very much, but I guess she was in, what the fuck is that? In the Heights.
Yes.
She was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. She's got cool energy. I don't really know her from that much, but
No.
But the other piece that I heard from this was that J.K. Simmons might come back as Gordon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's his role, like, right? Like that and J. Jonah Jameson is.
I mean, basically anything he does becomes his role.
That's true. He's made for everything he does.
He's also Omni-Man. Is also,
oh, yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Damn, he's such a good Omni-Man.
He's so good in everything. Yeah.
God damn it.
But yes, so I heard that in addition to her being cast in that movie, obviously moving forward, that he might come back, which means that it would actually tie it to some of the other existing DC EU stuff, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. All right. Next piece of news. Y: The Last Man gets official teaser trailer.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot this was even happening.
Have
was
you
this
seen
like
it?
a production that got shut down because of COVID, maybe? Because I feel like the Y: The Last Man talk was like from years ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a good chance it did. Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't. No.
Let's watch it then.
Yeah,
'cause
sure.
I haven't seen it either. These fucking headphones.
I mean, we don't really need them.
I know, but then why did I get them? You have to ask questions like that now. This far in. That really the time?
Technically, I think you got these for scaredy guys.
I did technically, but I thought we needed good headphones. It's not the point. I have
It
them.
would bother you if I just took mine off. They just hung right here.
Oh, you mean like what you do constantly?
yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Why?
Because I got them so that we
We
could...
use them when we have guests.
Don't do it. Don't you dare.
I'll just sit here with my hands on them. Like at any moment, I'll take them off.
I don't.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cool. It's all just graphics, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
footage. There's nothing in there, but that's all right.
No, it tells the premise for people who I guess who didn't know.
Yeah.
That's fine. What about the very controversial, unfortunately, I Am Not Starfire trailer officially released?
I mean, this isn't maybe it's because we do the podcast or whatever. I guess this book only just released.
Yeah.
But we talked about this like over a year ago.
Wow.
I think when they announced it.
Yeah.
So to me, this is way old news.
Yeah.
The only thing to bring up is that people are fucking stupid. Yeah.
That's new.
I just like see complaints like the author put a clear analog for herself in this story. It's like, do you know what writing is? Like, have you encountered writing? Jesus Christ.
I want all my writers to be disassociated with its works.
You know, like if you've got that problem with Mariko Tamaki, I've got news for you about Tom King.
Oh, yeah. It's the reason why Tom King's good work is good.
you know, like it's just so stupid. I don't know. It looks good. It looks like it's about like growing up in your parents' shadow and wanting to strike out, be your own person and stuff like that. It looks like the perfect sort of YA setup.
I like the art.
I like that it's not about a character that's just Superman or Wonder Woman or something like that. Starfire, I think, is like a perfect sort of a type of character to try and get out of the shadow of and things like that, especially when there's like expectations of beauty or things like that. Like it looks great. It looks like a great YA book. Why can't we have nice things?
Because the internet.
Also, Mariko Tamaki is fucking dope. But if you can't get on board,
Get out of the way.
yeah, basically. I really liked her work on Detective Comics lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. That's
Great
awesome.
writer.
All right. Next, the Amazons to star in 2 new miniseries this October.
Like live action?
No, a comic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a whole bunch of Wonder Woman comics got announced. Yeah, I guess we have had guests lately.
That's what I mean. We haven't done news in a really long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we're getting a Nubia and the Amazons series, because Nubia is the current queen of the Amazons, which is dope. We're getting this Wonder Woman Historia series. We're getting like 6 different one-shots or series that are Wonder Woman or Wonder Woman adjacent, like all kind of hitting this.
How can you have
this
6
fall.
one-shots? There's only one opportunity.
Damn it, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, part of it is because it's Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary, and just a bunch of different things are hitting at once. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for that Nubia series. Nubia is a character that we haven't seen too much before, like this year.
Yeah.
In recent years, but like a very classic character. She's the black sister of Diana. She has all the powers of Wonder Woman. She has been Wonder Woman. She
She
very, very cool character. And now she's the queen of the Amazons because Hippolyta is on the Justice League, because Diana is stuck in the sphere of the gods since death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might be a Nubia, but she sounds like she's old Bia.
It's rated R though when she lies down, because then she's labia.
Oh, nice.
I didn't like it.
No, you're not proud of that?
No.
No. Can I get a couple alts?
You know what? Let's just scrap this episode. Just put it out like this. Could you imagine?
Don't worry, babia. Next piece of news.
I know what kind of squad I want to commit right now.
Nice. Titans unite against Red Hood in the new trailer for season 3.
Yeah, did you watch that
I
trailer?
have not.
Oh, it looks so good. I mean, a trailer always looks good usually, but
I mean, that's not true.
I know, but this trailer does look very good.
Yeah,
It's got me pretty pumped.
Let me see. I'll put it on because I have not watched it. I haven't seen it, and I want to see it. Why is none of my fucking links working today? This is bullshit.
You got one job, man. Jesus Christ. So worried. Worried about the goddamn redundant headsets.
Got more than one job. That's the problem. Holy shit.
Looks good, eh?
Oh my god. It looks so much better than the other seasons.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That fucking Hawk and Dove line is terrible, but
I like stupid shit like that. That's like
Hawk's gonna hawk. Like, but shut the fuck up.
I like it.
I hate that line.
He's
but
a blunt instrument. He's not supposed to be quippy.
I mean, sure, but otherwise, holy shit. Who's the fuck's Red Hood then?
It's Jason Todd.
Is it? But it looked like he got killed.
Do you not know the story of Jason Todd?
No.
He dies and then comes back to life as Red Hood.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the comics, it takes quite a long time. There's a big gap between him dying and him coming back.
So was that the Joker then?
Yeah.
With the weird face?
Well, no, that was like a guy who got Jokerized.
I wonder what they're going to do with Joker.
I don't know.
Or if it's
if you're just going to see it like that, like just in the shadows with the crowbar.
The whole point.
But also, Bruce brings the crowbar back. So, like, is that just him getting it, like, taking it because it makes him sad? Or does he go after the Joker with it? And then he's like, I went too far. I'm out.
Interesting.
You guys handle Gotham now.
Because, I mean, that'd be good.
Because that's kind of what that trailer feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking interesting.
But we also see Blackfire in there. We've got new suits for Raven and Starfire. And
God damn, this looks good.
Looks good, man.
Holy shit. When does that come out?
Like next week.
What?
The first episode drops like next week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Easy.
Oh my god. That was better news than I was expecting.
There you go.
How am I going to read all my comics? Fuck.
Is that in the news?
It can be.
It probably should be.
Yeah. Well, let's get to one more thing.
Sure.
DC gets dark with 2 new series, Task Force Z and DC vs. Vampires.
Yeah, so DC versus
Only
Vampires.
like 10 years late for something like this.
DC versus Vampires was the thing that I think got like initially teased when some of those Infinite Frontier books were first being talked about back in April or whatever. And that's coming for October. And it is basically what it sounds like. It's its own little contained thing.
Yeah.
The thing I haven't figured out is if Task Force Z is meant to be canon or not, like continuity or
Oh,
not.
interesting.
But it's got a cool lineup. Like they're bringing in like Mr. Bloom, who was like the bad guy during the Gordon Bats era from the New 52. Like I love when someone's like, we haven't seen this in a while. We still want to keep something from that era kind of thing. So like getting like a character like Mr. Bloom. But yeah, I think it's like Red Hood leading. I think they are undead. Like the Suicide Squad is undead, like a zombie squad.
Oh, wow.
What are we, some sort of zombie squad?
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a little bit late for something like this. Like, this feels so like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, also, we've sort of seen like a cool thing with Deceased already. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you just want something like silly, dumb, could be possibly cool to read in October, that's kind of spooky, then, like, yeah, go for it. It's, you know.
Sure, over zombies.
I don't think either of these things are going to like they're like pitting their like this is the new direction for DC. All zombies. People love The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone's doing that,
Good.
but like yeah, be fun.
All right. Well, last piece of news. The Doctor and I got a fuckload of comic books.
We committed a crime.
Oh, 100%.
So in town, my wife found this listing. Huge kudos to. Oh wait, before we get into this story, I got to remember to do this fucking thing for.
Are you really gonna do this,
Ryan Pigeon? Thank you, Ryan, for. What am I supposed to think?
Are you actually reading a statement?
I can't remember what
the Doctor's prepared a statement.
I actually can't remember what I'm supposed to think before. Just give me a second.
It's for giving us Ragman so that we're.
Oh yeah. Thank you for giving Richard Ragman #1. So that we could do the episode, even though Chad and I already had a Ragman #1, but thank you.
And you would have just given
it was your noble sacrifice that allowed us to do another Ragman episode.
Yeah,
a second Ragman.
Without
we already did a Ragman episode without that, but this allowed us to do another one. I did promise to shout you out, and I didn't do it, and you kind of harassed me about it a little bit. So there you go. Thank you. Big shout out, begrudgingly, to Ryan Pigeon for that.
Yeah.
Really cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now on to my story.
Yeah. Speaking of comics.
So shout out to my wife for finding this local listing in the buy and sell. Someone's husband had passed away, sadly, in a car accident.
Yeah, boy.
And he was a comic fan, like a big nerd.
He seems super rad.
Yeah, he seems like he would have been very cool to know.
He would have been a good Dr. DC fan. But as the Doctor and I have said at length to each other, I'd rather all of your comics than any of you as fans.
Well, let's get there. So this person's widow was basically looking to sell these things. It's essentially an estate sale.
Yeah.
And, it was 23 or 22 short boxes full of comics and trades.
Yes.
From, I'd say, largely DC.
It's basically
probably about half DC.
I would say 50%.
A little bit Marvel, and then a solid chunk indie.
I've basically been saying like 50% DC, 25% Marvel, like 10% Image, and then 15% indie sort of scattered.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So they wanted like $1,000, which
they initially seemed like they posted
for that. Well, but even like when I messaged, they were like, "This is what we're hoping to get."
Oh, okay.
Because my wife was like, "We don't have a ton of money, but like this is a cool thing." Up to like $300, just like go for it. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's cool." So I messaged. I was like, "I know this is a crazy low ball, but $300." And they were like, "Yeah, we're hoping to get closer to $1,000." I was like, "Totally get it." if it doesn't happen, just know that I'm interested. But and then I sat there and I was thinking about it, and then both my wife and I were like, what if we got Richard in? Because when Richard wants something, he's pretty unshakable, and like he'll defer a car payment or something if it means he can get.
I mean, it's not like it's $10,000 worth of stuff. Even that, I could probably do it. Like,
you're already talking yourself into a $10,000 purchase.
Look, if someone's got a $10,000 comic collection, talk to me.
So we got Richard in.
Yeah.
We used some of the Patreon money. Thank you, patrons.
Yes.
And we bought together.
Yes.
23 short boxes full of comics and trades.
We sent $800.
$800, which I was talking to my dad about this, and he was like, did they get a fair price? And I was like, fair
based on what they had asked
fair
for.
In so much as it was close to what they asked for, and it got these things out of their hair. Yes. Fair in terms of value for what we got.
Absolutely
we fully
not.
robbed a
Yeah,
widow.
no,
we stole from a widow.
No, she had 2 crimes committed there.
Yeah. So we got a ton of stuff. We can't spend the whole episode talking about it. We'll probably have to
subscribe to the Patreon.
We'll have to do but I mean it's Eatgist right now.
Well, yeah, wait a month.
We might have to do a special or something.
God.
Something will happen though, because this is its own crazy kind of project. But essentially, we spent all of Saturday sort of splitting them up, divvying up who gets what series. And
I'm
different
very
things.
impressed with us. We did a very
we were very cordial.
Yeah.
Even the stuff we thought we were going to fight about, we didn't really fight about.
No.
The podcast is ongoing.
Yeah. Who knew comics books could set us up and kill us?
Considering that both you were like, if I had seen that listing first, I would have just bought it.
100%.
And my wife was like, I'm sorry we didn't have $800, so you didn't have to cut in Richard. But yes, we bought a ton of comics, and essentially overnight, Richard now has an actual comic collection. You have over 1,000 comics.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I have like 1,500 now. Yeah. Yeah.
Trades alone,
Oh
I
my
have
God.
over 100. I got over 100 from this thing.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. We have so many comic books now. This is great.
Pretty wild.
And then I still
Lots of cool stuff. Lots of neat runs of different things.
Yeah.
JSA, JLA, Legion.
Yeah.
Even the Marvel stuff. Like I've got like a Beta Ray Bill series, some Hulk stuff, some Fantastic
I got
Four.
a bunch of Doctor Strange.
You got a bunch of X-Men. You got a bunch of like Authority and Wildstorm stuff, and like Planetary and stuff like that. I got Exo Manowar. There's like some really cool, wacky stuff out there. And it will come up a lot, but just for the people that aren't on our Discord, the Discord, or aren't on the Patreon, who haven't already been alerted to this, Richard is a full-on fucking Dorcas now. He's one of us.
Oh no,
we got him, baby.
Easy. Though
he's a dork.
I did buy more comics today.
Yeah, are you trying to prove that you aren't a dork?
I don't know.
So at any rate,
I got to fucking steal though.
We got so much stuff. It's going to come up a lot.
Yeah.
That was really cool weekend news.
Yeah,
we actually had a sleepover, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because we were divvying stuff up in your living room.
Until
we were
like 11 p.m.
We were very excited about it.
Yeah, well, you slept in a tent in my backyard.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 tents pitched that day.
Yeah.
3 if you consider us when we saw the comics.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and get ready for me to drop all of this new knowledge on everybody constantly.
Yeah. I won't be the only one coming in with the experience of having read the comics.
I know. Though every time I looked at a book, I was like, oh, we already did an episode on this.
You're already bored.
Yeah. I was like, oh, God, we've already done this. We've done Legion. I'm like,
I mean, we did an episode about the Legion. We haven't done Legion. There's so much stuff.
There's
done. No topic we've exhausted. Other than Thriller.
I think we could do another pass for Bruno.
Yeah, he loved that one.
Yeah, he loved it so much. Well, speaking of reading comic books, we had a reading assignment for today's theme.
We did. So today's theme, because this week is the wide release.
That's right.
Of
so wide.
The Suicide Squad.
Spread wide.
Open wide. Release it.
Oh yeah.
The
James
film.
Gunn liked a tweet that we were mentioned in.
which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's the bar for cool
Yeah.
for us.
Oh yeah,
We're
he
sort of like
saw
a
our name.
third party
Yeah.
kind of thing, but still very cool.
We
But
shot
we're,
our shot.
We're going to talk about Suicide Squad
Yeah,
as a team in
Mhm.
comics, movies, TV, all sorts of stuff.
yeah.
And so the reading assignment was the first appearance of the modern version of the Suicide Squad.
Is this the modern version?
So the original Suicide Squad was just like a war comic. They were just soldiers. They were just called the Suicide Squad.
Not even the same thing at all.
Not the same thing at all. The first appearance of the villains press ganged into service for the government,
Okay.
Suicide Squad, was this comic, Legends #3,
Okay.
which, again, as you love, being dropped into the middle of an event. Legends was kind of like the first, I'm pretty sure, big event after Crisis.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm just enjoying comic books more or I'm getting used to this.
Sure.
It didn't bug me that I was dropped in the middle of this one.
Oh my God. It's the Stockholm Syndrome. It's taking.
You know what? This comic book's really nice. It's been treating me well.
Yeah, I actually think,
I'm falling in love with this comic.
I think I can learn to trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could change this comic.
Yeah, I made it a cup of tea before we started this. Yeah.
It's the comic on one side of a big staircase and you in a yellow dress on the other side of the big staircase.
Yes, that's right. I'm the comic book's a really big fan of my writing, and so it's been taking care of me while I've been getting better.
Oh no, Misery?
Yeah.
That's where you went?
Yeah.
Good Lord, I was doing Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Jesus. Task Force X. Yeah. So Legends #3.
Yeah, this is like 3 sort of stories going on at once in this book. There's like
There's 2 big ones, but yes, you're right. It's essentially 3 stories.
yeah,
yes.
because there's the Shazam sort of situation going on.
Yeah.
Look, it seems like
We're seeing a
Shazam.
Billy Batson who does not want to be Shazam because he is convinced that the last time he
Yeah,
called down the lightning that he killed someone
somebody.
with it, and he's sort of racked with guilt and
Yeah.
things like that.
Exactly.
Um,
And then there's the other story, which is the
there's the story of Phantom Stranger
Phantom
and
Stranger.
Darkseid,
yes,
who have a wager about like the goodness of people,
Yes.
essentially. And that's sort of the premise of the whole event, is that Darkseid is turning public favor and opinion against superheroes.
Yeah.
Glorious Godfrey, one of the new gods, is posing as a TV personality,
Yes.
G. Gordon Godfrey, who is all anti-superhero.
Very
the,
like-
the president has passed this
Yeah.
anti-superhero stuff right now. The president is very clearly Reagan.
yes, yeah, very much Reagan.
And then the third story is there's this monster called Brimstone,
Yeah.
who has sort of vaguely fourth world origins.
Yes,
And Waller, for the first time, puts together a group of convicts and just sort of anti-heroes that happen to be around to fight Brimstone as the first version of this idea of the Suicide Squad.
this Waller's thick.
Yeah, well, that she's known as the Wall. Waller is meant to be,
thick.
yeah.
Nice. I did not know that.
Most animated version, she's a bit bigger. I mean, like Viola Davis is not big.
No.
The version from Arrow was like rail thin.
Yes.
And in the New 52, Waller they just made her like generically sexy and tall.
yeah.
I like this like original
Yes.
recipe Waller. Like, she takes no shit.
Yeah.
She's a boss. Yeah.
So this version of the Suicide Squad's, I mean, if your only real understanding is the like really modern takes in the movie and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. I mean, there's the Boomerang's there
Yeah.
in a ridiculous fucking costume.
George Digger Harkness, Captain Boomerang.
Good God.
Yeah.
This feels like if Australians weren't predominantly white, this would feel like a racist portrayal of Australians.
Yeah, what do you call it when it's not racism, but you're calling everyone in a country a scumbag?
Yeah. feels
Yeah.
awkward.
Because Boomerang is a scumbag.
Yes,
So he's there.
that costume is so bad.
I love that costume.
That costume is so bad.
I love it so much.
I hate it more than anything. Deadshot.
Deadshot, of course.
We got Deadshot, of course. That very like what you think of Deadshot. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, his costume has barely changed.
Yeah.
His mask has gotten a little more intricate looking over time in the comics, but his costume essentially largely unchanged.
yes,
In the broad strokes. It's the red and the
Yeah.
silver and the single scope and all that kind of stuff.
and then who's the really big guy? I can't remember his name.
So there's Blockbuster,
Blockbuster. That's it.
who's like a Nightwing villain.
Yeah, and those three are sort of the ones who are like wearing the bracelets, right?
Yeah, so it's not a nanobomb in their
Yeah,
neck
yeah.
like it becomes later.
Yeah.
It's a bracelet. Like even Waller's threat is just that like
You'll
you'll lose
your
a hand.
hand.
It's not even that they'll die.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I could lose a hand.
It
if
is
I
kind
only
of
get
funny
three.
to see that it's a bracelet.
Mhm.
So it's those three, and then there's Bronze Tiger
That's right.
and Enchantress.
Who have been brought in
Yes.
by
They have their own-
Rick Flag.
Yeah, they have their own motivations or whatever is I think a line
Yeah.
in the comic.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, of course, Rick Flag.
So that's sort of our Suicide Squad now. This version of Rick Flag is a fucking douchebag. He's very like headcha, like guns pointing, sort of. I don't like this Rick Flag.
Yeah, I mean, he's a soldier.
Yeah, he does not dress like or act like one.
No, but he's also working for a very rogue
Yes.
government
Fair.
agency.
Yeah, and the basic thing is like, they got to go after this this giant fire beast thing, and
Yeah. The plan is essentially like a bunch of us will distract it until Deadshot can get in position with this single shot laser that we
Yeah.
built that can penetrate Brimstone's
Yeah.
like energy shield kind of
Yeah.
thing.
and that's basically it. They fight the thing,
Yeah.
and
Blockbuster bites it hard.
yeah,
And in exchange for doing this one mission, their records are expunged.
yeah. Not even like taken off.
It's not
of their
just like
time.
some time off. They just get it.
free. Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
in the context of this book, even though Brimstone is big and scary and he takes out Blockbuster, it doesn't appear that difficult because
Yeah.
most of them don't do that much. I actually don't think you see Boomerang do anything.
No, he does throw. He does throw one boomerang, and he sort of confuses it.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Deadshot is basically the only one who's necessary, and he's just given a gun,
Enchantress kind of like siphons the energy
Yes.
away with magic.
but only after it's been
Bronze
shot.
Tiger does
I don't remember.
something?
Yes.
I mean, Bronze Tiger is really there because Enchantress uses too much magic, starts
Yes.
going evil, and Bronze Tiger like Vulcan nerf
Yes.
pitches her to stop her from going full evil.
But I mean, basically, a Deadshot is the only one who's necessary, and not even that necessary. I'm sure, and like Rick could have done the job, but he's given a special gun
Yeah.
that can.
That has only one shot.
Yes. So basically, we've been told that their villain here has been put together by electromagnetic forces.
Yeah, he's like sentient energy.
Yeah,
essentially.
plasma. Yeah. And this gun can shoot through it to its core.
Yeah.
Vaguely explained that will weaken it enough that they can kill it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. It's got one shot though for some reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Brimstone is attacking Mount Rushmore.
yes, because it's false gods. And I kind of actually like Brimstone. I'm gonna be honest.
I know, like in Brimstone's kind of on the right side of history.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, besides the fact that he thinks that Darkseid's like the actual.
Or you let him take out the faces on Mount Rushmore, and then you take out Brimstone.
Yeah.
Let him do some good work.
Yeah, exactly.
Take him out before he like recarves Darkseid's face. into
Yes,
it.
yes. He's halfway there.
Yeah.
I like his sort of. I love the way he talks. I like the sort of like the like religious zealot sort of side of him.
Especially from a giant monster. I think we're really accustomed now to just getting like roar.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
like the fact that he's actually Brimstone's quite eloquent.
Yeah.
He's you mortal fools, do you not see the folly before you? Like
Yeah.
he speaks very like he has a very elevated speech
I
pattern.
like
in that.
it.
I kind of like it too because even in that Justice League cartoon, they do a riff on Brimstone and on this
Yeah.
kind of idea, and that's just a mindless monster.
Yeah, this is way more fun. I like the religious zealot thing because I like that he's just like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm saving you. This is for God. Like, you are worshiping the wrong gods.
Yeah.
I like that because it's like
Well, and then when he realizes that like Darkseid won't save him, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Why have you forsaken
Yeah.
me?"
I want like a mini series on just Brimstone, like finding, like losing faith in his god, and like,
Oh, yeah. It's true. It's kind of a cool dynamic, and not what you expect even from Brimstone's design.
yeah,
His design is like a wrestling unitard and a giant dome skull face
yeah,
and fire.
yeah,
And then, yeah, and you would expect people to be espousing a religion of him
yeah.
as opposed to him being the zealot. Yeah, it is kind of neat.
When did this come out?
1986,
Yeah,
87,
it's
something like that.
interesting, right? Because like, yeah, they're taking some shots at Reagan, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Superman shows up, and we also get like a little short scene of like Bruce Wayne and
Yeah.
Jason Todd has been beaten up by a crowd of anti-superhero.
That's right. Yeah, there's this whole
People.
there's this whole through line where superheroes are basically being like, people are the government, and because of G.
Gordon
Godfrey, they're basically like pitting the humanity against superheroes.
Yeah, they've turned public opinion, and superheroes have been temporarily at least outlawed.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just Bruce Wayne and Jason, and like it's funny to see someone like Batman,
yeah,
who's like famously like, the system doesn't work, be like, shit, there's a law that stops me from Batman.
yeah.
Like, that's a little funny.
That is
I
very
mean,
funny.
you could kind of get away with it because he's there with Jason.
Yeah.
But there's a part of where he's just like, look at Gotham City's in flames. He's like, then fucking do something.
Yeah, I know. Can't.
You're Batman.
Not allowed.
I kind of love, I just love the sort of naivety of that setup a little bit. It's very funny to me.
Yeah. Oh, the villain's getting away. I can't go any faster. It's 50 here.
Yeah. It's a red light.
Oh, it's a school zone. What am I supposed to do?
There's no left turns after 3 p.m. Siri, recalculate route.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't go here. It's not a passing lane. It's a solid line. So there's this whole sort of through line with that. Yeah, Superman visits the president, and there's just basically have this conversation where Superman.
This is really riffing, it feels like, on the Frank Miller's like Superman is a presidential stooge kind of thing.
He's like, I don't believe in what you're talking about, but I'll follow you.
I'll follow you
because you're my president.
And that's the rules. And the
I'm-
president goes, like, nobody's word means more. Thanks, Superman. By the way, tell all your friends to suck it.
Yeah. So suck it hard. So yeah.
Yeah,
so
I can't do a Reagan voice. All right. Oh, you no, I can't.
I'm not a crook.
Well, no, not a crook is Nixon.
Oh shit.
I am not a crook.
Yeah, that's
Nixon.
easier to do.
Reagan is Reagan's tough to do. Oh, gee, Superman. You're like, no, we can't do it.
Nope, we got nothing. So yeah.
Superman.
Wow.
Just go to full Obama.
Wow. I mean, it's a decent Obama.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I only said one word.
That's Superman.
I'm not going into it.
Superman.
Oh, hey, Superman.
That's just
It's McConaughey.
Yes, McConaughey.
President McConaughey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't let you or your friends be.
Oh my God,
superheroes
President
right now.
McConaughey.
All right.
Are we going to be okay?
All right.
That's good enough for me.
Calm down. Time for the state of our union. You know, union. What a beautiful thing. People come together.
Yeah, that was worth doing.
It would be like an 11-hour State of the Union
Yeah,
speech
oh my
because you'd be
God.
like, and then this one time my pappy found a little piglet over on the side of the road. Like, Jesus, Mr. President, please get back on track.
It's time.
Please talk about infrastructure.
It's time to talk. It's time's a flat circle. So yeah, Legends number 3.
So what did you think of
It was-
being dropped in? I know
Yeah.
it's mid-event,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a weird first appearance for the Suicide Squad because the idea still feels unformed, and also the squad itself, you don't really see them work or you don't see the thing where it's like someone tries to make a run for it,
Yeah.
and then the bomb goes. Like, you don't see the pieces you would expect to see to set up the idea of the Suicide Squad.
That being said, for an 80s like comic introducing a character in amongst another like two other stories, it was fairly cogent.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it's relatively linear.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
like it was a well-crafted story. It like it referenced some social political things. It like took some shots. It like mentioned there's religions and politics in it in like a single issue.
Yep.
It kind of fucks.
It also weirdly. Legends might be more relevant now than it has been in a long time, where it's just the idea of just like someone in whose interest, like they're just guiding public opinion.
Yeah.
Like Legends is a story that's like maybe weirdly close to home right now about how easily swayed people can be to turn against their own self-interest.
Totally.
In this case, we're arguing that superheroes are in the self-interest of the people they protect.
Yeah.
That's its own argument, but just that general idea of that story is sort of weirdly topical right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Blake Griffin staying with the Nets. Nice.
Oh yeah. Also in news, Richard's a sporto now.
I mean, getting there. At least like basketball.
Can't do anything halfway.
What? Because I get app notifications now about what's going on in the basketball industry?
I mean, you're still calling it the industry, so you got a ways to go.
What? Everything's a corporation.
I mean, that's true, but
The way it should be.
How many capes would you give Legends #3, first appearance of the modern Suicide Squad?
I'm going to give it a 4 capes.
Hey, wow.
Yeah.
That's more than I was expecting.
For a single issue?
I was expecting you to be like, it's fine. Because that's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's fine.
Maybe it's because I've spent 2 days looking at really old comic books, but I'm like...
One of us. One of us.
No.
One of us.
No.
One of us.
It kind of fucks. For an 80s book, like meeting it where it's at.
Oh, turn in your guitar and your cool stories. You're one of us now, baby.
Time to still not have sex.
No.
What?
People who read comics have sex.
Yeah, with each other. Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking Dragon Con. That's where people fuck.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
We've probably talked about
I've talked
that
about
on
it
the-
a lot of
on the-
times, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we get it.
I
You want to
can't.
use the Patreon money for Dragon Con.
Look, it's just a wild ride.
Dr. DC Fuck Tour 2022.
Yeah, to one location. Look, we're in our 30s. It's as much of a tour we're getting.
Yeah. And we brought our own wives.
Yeah, and we're not gonna have sex with them.
Well, I was going to say we're not going to have sex with anyone else.
Yeah. Oh no, not them either.
Oh, just each other.
Yeah. Fuck tour.
Yeah, and the comics that we brought.
Yeah. That's how we get there.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah. What about you?
I think I give it like a 3.
Wow.
It's fine, but like again, it doesn't have all the beats I would want in setting up like no one tries to make a run for it to see if the bombs really work or like
I know.
that's a thing. I mean, yeah, I would just expect like we need to see how serious Waller is, like those things.
I think
it's
it's because they're.
I mean, Waller is very threatening to Boomerang early in the thing, which is cool to see. But I want more of that. Like, she will do what she has to do to make this thing work.
I
Because
think
that's a feature of Waller that develops over time. But I think I was just maybe a little disappointed I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think it's just because they're doing so much in that one book. Yeah.
I totally agree, and it's right in the middle of an event like that. It's not a Suicide Squad issue. It's an issue of this event. So I get it, but I think it was just kind of like. The thing it kicked off is way cooler than the kickoff.
Yeah.
I think where I'm at with
For
it.
sure. I think I'm just trying to meet it where it's at, and it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It makes me want to read more Suicide Squad.
Wow.
You keep acting like that. You're just going to make me go the other way.
No, I'm not. You're too deep in now. You're going to all of a sudden not read more comics.
Yeah, I've committed too hard.
Yep.
God damn it. Why can't I do anything halfway?
Listen, I don't do it often, but every once in a while, I can play the psychology game with you too.
Oh, no. It's true. You know my true weakness. Stuff.
So generic. You're like fucking Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Yeah, my biggest
I
weakness.
have a very specific weakness. It's everywhere.
Yeah. It's things that you can encounter all the time in your life. Well, now let's actually talk about the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we got a ton of questions.
Task Force X.
Yeah. Task Force X is like the name of the program.
Yeah, they
The
don't
Suicide
call
Squad-
themselves the
Suic-
Suicide Squad.
Well, like she doesn't submit paperwork that goes the Suicide Squad.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
just sort of like
it's almost like we're some sort of
yeah, it would be
Suicide
like
Squad.
Will Smith would just look over at you and be like, so we're some sort of Suicide Squad?
Down. God, I'm so excited for this movie.
I am too.
All the reports are like it's like the fucking like
I'm really
answer
excited
from
for
God. Yeah, like
it. I think I'm really excited to see Polka Dot Man.
really
I think that
because we have really gotten
That
much
David-
from him.
that's Malchian,
Yeah.
or however you say his last name.
Yeah, just
I always want to say Dalmatian, but that's not what it is.
Smulchin. Yeah,
But he looks like he's gonna be so good in that.
yeah. I want more.
Apparently,
Shark.
Margot's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. King Shark just looks
Nom nom.
nom.
I can't wait.
So smart, me.
I can't
Just
wait.
so adorable.
I want it so bad.
Yeah. And Starro the fucking Conqueror.
So is it coming to? Is it only theaters or it's going digital soon?
I hope it comes digital because
I
you know
need it.
your boy likes to do things legally.
Also, we don't have a fucking theater in town anymore.
Well, yeah, our in-person theaters have not reopened,
No.
which is both a bummer and also kind of a relief because they're so shitty.
Yeah. I keep,
It's a bummer because we can't just go see a thing, but
Yeah.
they're so shitty.
I've been having a really long conversation in my head about if the Yukon Theater goes up for sale, want to potentially buying it.
I
It's a great location.
sure.
It'd make a good venue.
I mean, yes, objectively.
Yeah, that's so. It feels like a no-brainer. Look, well, I can't not see the opportunities if they're there. All right, let's get into the questions.
Let's do it.
First question comes from Facebook.
Go and do the face and the book. Go and do the Facebook.
First question comes from Chad Bucher.
Bucher. Some people call me a resident.
Oh, man, that's good. Bucher asks, has there ever been a Doom Patrol Suicide Squad crossover? If not, what member of the Doom Patrol would be a good addition to the Suicide Squad?
There has. I mean, there's been a very specific Doom Patrol Suicide Squad crossover.
Yeah.
It's the Doom Patrol Suicide Squad special.
Oh. Wow, why didn't they say it easier?
This is still from a relatively early era because they still pretty sure have the bracelets. It's not the neck bombs.
Okay.
And the basic premise is that while trying to beat up a bunch of quote unquote commies in another country in like Central America, Hawk of Hawk and Dove gets kidnapped.
Really?
The American government can't have him being kidnapped there because he's an American superhero. It looks bad for them.
Yeah.
So they authorize Waller to send in Task Force X to get him out.
Mm-hmm.
But the orders are, if you can't get him out, kill him. We just can't have him there.
Yeah.
So it's possible the Suicide Squad is going on an assassination mission to take out Hawk. And someone hears this and they're like, we have to make sure that doesn't happen. And they alert the Doom Patrol, and the Doom Patrol goes to try and get the Hawk first. And so then, of course, the two teams kind of clash with each other. They clash with the Rocket Red Brigade that comes from the Soviet Union or from Russia to protect Russia's interests or whatever.
Yeah.
Sort of a big schlemazel thing. At one point, who's on that Suicide Squad? You get Mr. 104, who we've talked about very briefly. He's a guy that can control the elements and stuff like that. You get a version of the Thinker. Rick Flag ends up, like, the Thinker gets killed, and Rick Flag puts the Thinker's helmet on, and then it starts controlling him. The Weasel, who will be appearing in the new movie. Weasel is in that story.
Weasel.
Yeah, and then on the Doom Patrol side, you got Robot Man, you got Celsius, you got Valentina Vostok, the Negative Woman, who we saw in the show. She was one of the astronauts.
So good.
Yeah, it's a weird special. What was the last part of the question? Like, who would be good on the Suicide
From the
Squad?
Doom Patrol, who would make sense on the Suicide Squad? I think there's only one real answer for this.
It's funny because the Doom Patrol is weirder.
Yes.
The Suicide Squad is almost like people that never got the shot to show how good they were.
Yeah.
Whereas the Doom Patrol is like competent only in a very specific arena, and it's when it's weird.
I think there's
Like
only
it feels different.
one. There's only one person that
Who
makes
are
sense.
you thinking?
I think it's Crazy Jane. I think it's the only one whose heads towards like the
Yeah,
evil
that's
side.
a very like volatile sort of person to put on the Suicide Squad. But like in terms of that would be entertaining.
But like she's probably the most villainous of the like Doom Patrol.
I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily
Who?
true. I know what you're saying. You want
Otherwise, like villain wise, I think their villains are too weird.
I would like to see Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man on the Suicide Squad.
That's one who who dies trying to run away.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah, like Negative Man would be good, but
technically his powers are pretty diverse. He could he's geokinetic. He could also manipulate the green and the red. Like in the right hands, Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man is like a weirdly big underplayed character.
I just worry that it's a little too strong of a character to put on the Suicide Squad.
Well, I mean, but that's happened before too.
Yeah.
You know, Waller's gotten her hands on, people beyond, I would say, like the caliber of her usual roster. But
yeah,
I mean, some characters are. I don't know who else.
Yeah,
would make sense. I think that for me it's AVM Man. I would like to see him on the Suicide Squad.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. Next question comes from Chicken Maddie.
Bark bark.
It's Matthew Poulter, who asks, You're tasked with assembling a Suicide Squad to eliminate the ultimate threat to humanity, Grant Morrison. Which characters do you pick and why?
So fun fact, Grant Morrison, I'm pretty sure was killed by the Suicide Squad.
Really?
Like in continuity. Grant Morrison, Suicide Squad. I'm looking. I don't normally look this stuff up, but I'm looking it up because I want to find the issue number. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his character, because Grant Morrison shows up in Animal Man as Grant Morrison, creator of the Animal Man series. Like there's a meta thing that goes on there.
Oh yes, of course.
And I'm pretty sure that
this.
Grant Morrison ends up in Appearance of Death. Suicide Squad 58, 1991. Yeah, he shows up first in Animal Man as the writer. He could alter reality by writing a story. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's during War of the Gods. It's that big Wonder Woman crossover event. And he's still they are still part of continuity as the writer. They're pressed into service in the Suicide Squad. And he couldn't write quickly enough to like change reality, and one of Circe's like beasts kills him.
Wow.
Or kills them, sorry. But yeah. So technically the Suicide Squad, I guess, wasn't responsible for Morrison's death, but Morrison's inclusion on the Suicide Squad led to their death.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
but let's say we've got to do the Golden Compass thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna go kill
God.
We're gonna go kill God. Which Suicide Squad? What does your Suicide Squad look like?
I'm wondering, just based on having somebody who could, like I could theoretically see Grant Morrison writing a book to kill himself in. That's the sort of situation where I'm trying to figure out.
Right. So Morrison's going to
kill himself.
We're imagining that Morrison is writing their own story in which they are killed by the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of think that, you know who somebody who theoretically could do it maybe is El Diablo.
Interesting.
Burn the book that they're inside.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So, a flame so hot that it cooked the
I think you
book.
Yeah, you might want to team them up with like you need some character with some meta awareness, I think.
Yeah.
Like an ambush bug.
Yeah.
I think. And then maybe there's like you're right. Yeah, who else?
Is there any like magic users that you could put in there? Enchantress?
Yeah, I mean, Enchantress. The magic thing's funny too. Yeah. I mean, I guess technically any of them at some point could get the cosmic awareness of the idea that comic books are the windows to reality
Yes.
thing. I think you got to throw in Ultra Comics. Remember him?
Oh my god.
Ultra Comics, the sentient comic book from our real world.
Yes.
I think if you're doing this properly, you got to recruit Ultra Comics from Earth 33.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna, if we're not pulling just from Suicide Squad like roster.
Yeah, I think we're just building a Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe you bring
Is
in,
that guy a villain though?
no, but maybe you bring in.
'Cause that's the problem. I mean, you kind of needed them to be a
But
villain.
because they're like a living comic book, maybe like Waller gets, press gang someone into like changing their
Okay,
book to
yeah.
make them do this thing. Something that's out of character and the
Yes.
fans hate. It was like, they would never do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's Morrison writing this whole thing, I could see that being
Yeah.
a thing.
True.
You could maybe throw in like
Lex, maybe?
yeah, Lex. Or I was gonna say, like the from the most recent Green Lantern
Oh, yeah.
series, the Quaman, like the Hal Jordan of the antimatter
Yeah,
universe
yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
So because that's another sort of like pierce the world's
Yeah.
kind of character. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Does not
Yeah.
work at all, but
Ambush Bug, El Diablo, Quaman, Lex Luthor.
bonkers group. All right. Well, with that, let's leave Facebook and head on over to Twitter.
That's Twitter.
First question comes from Braydon. Yes, the donkey rises. Who asks, other than Batman, has anyone ever tried to wrestle control of the Suicide Squad away from Waller? Has there ever been a Task Force Lex? He would jump at an opportunity like that.
Ooh, I can't remember offhand if Lex has ever managed to get control of the Suicide Squad. It sure sounds like something Lex would do, but I'm drawing a blank on that specifically. But the idea of has someone else ever come in and tried to wrestle control of that?
Yeah.
It's happened at least twice since the New 52.
Really?
One time it was with a character called Vic Sage, who was not the Question, but
What?
was called Vic Sage.
What the fuck, DC?
Because that was when the Question was more of like a mystical character, part of the Trinity of Sin.
You know,
That was a weird era for the Question. We try not to think about it, but there was a Vic Sage that was like her boss and was trying to like take over the team. And then in the not the current series, but the series just before that, written by Tom Taylor, in that book, it starts with a character called Locke, who takes over for Waller, and he sucks. And then eventually Deadshot just shoots him in the face. And then they discover that they're being set up by, they think, Ted Kord. And that turns out to just be Black Mask in disguise.
wow.
So, yeah, I mean, since the New 52, it's happened at least twice that someone else has come in and tried to take control of the Suicide Squad from Waller. I think that's one of those story beats that keeps coming back because it's a really volatile group. And I think the point that's being made is that Waller is the only person who, I mean, she can't be trusted, but also she's the only one that can be trusted. For other people running that sort of shady Black Ops villain group for the government, the corruption is too much.
Yeah.
Waller is kind of the only one that can stay true on the path, but also be ruthless enough to deal with them and keep them in line and stuff like that. So you're either like too soft and the whole program crumbles, or you go too far and then you like lead into full villain kind of territory. Like I think the argument you make when you do those stories is that Waller is the only one who can pull it off.
Wow. Speaking of the Question, I was looking up today on Amazon what the like top selling like comic books are on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
And it was like a Question book was like number 2.
Is it the new like omnibus that's coming that
Yeah.
people are probably pre-ordering?
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's an omnibus coming of the O'Neill
Okay.
Question run. So people are probably pre-ordering and stuff like that, and that's probably why
Oh,
it's way up there.
that
'Cause
makes-
only just got announced like this past week or something.
That makes
like
sense because I was just like, what a random thing to like have happen right now.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I totally just ordered some comic books today.
Jesus Christ, calm down.
I got because I got the first volume of the new Green Lantern, like Morrison ran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I found out that there's a Mass Effect comic book series
Ooh,
that's apparently very well done.
interesting.
Yeah, so I ordered that too.
Nice.
And then I have the Brave and the Bold coming.
Make sure if you get season 1 and season 2 of the Morrison Sharp Green
Yeah.
Lantern, that you also get the Green Lantern Black Stars mini that goes between those two seasons.
Jesus. I'm starting with just
Because otherwise the story doesn't make sense. Because season 1 leaves off, the Black Stars thing continues it, and then season 2 picks up.
yeah, I'm just getting Intergalactic Lawman to start.
Yeah, and that's fine.
if I love it, then I'll continue on.
I will say season 1 is stronger than season 2.
Yeah.
I think like in terms of like a linear story, but season 2's got some just insane, crazy shit.
Wow.
Some crazy Hector Hammond stuff. Some cool stuff with like the Earthbound Green Lantern villains. That's kind of neat. Like Shark or Sonar, or like characters like that. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of cool.
All right. Next question comes from Rick to the E, who asks, remember when they sort of did Suicide Squad on Arrow? Argus had Deadshot and they hinted at a Harley appearance, but I think we only ever got her voice. Also, why did the internet so quickly assume Nathan Fillion is Arm Fall Off Boy? Isn't he a Legionnaire? Has he ever been a member?
So let's start with the second part first. Nathan Fillion is playing a character in this new movie
Called the Detachable
TDK,
Kid.
which
Yeah.
stands for the Detachable Kid. The people.
Well, we didn't know that it was a detachable kid. I think people.
That was the
assumed-
rumor, even
Yeah.
when we found out his name was TDK.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's since been confirmed. There's like a
Yes.
clip going around, like a promo clip that was part of the marketing and stuff. But people assumed it, and his logo was like 2 arms and a head and that sort of thing. The Detachable Kid is not a name that is in DC.
No.
And frankly, like people were basically right. Like, is he Arm Fall Off Boy? Is he the Legionnaire that didn't like
No.
No, but like who else is this character? He's
What other
clearly-
character can detach their?
I guess what I mean
arms
is like he's clearly inspired by this character. Like
Yeah.
you know, like they were like, well, instead of making him a Legionnaire and he's from the future. I mean, who knows? I haven't seen the movie. Maybe he is from the future and they just throw that away.
I think my
But-
mindset is James Gunn was like, what are the weirdest, stupidest characters we
Yeah.
could put in this? And then he was like, God, Arm Fall Off Boy is so funny, but we can't bring him in because he's from the future. I know what we'll do. We'll call it this different thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that. I actually think it's even more just like it doesn't matter that he's from the future. It might have just been like Arm Fall Off Boy is maybe too silly, or they wanted the gag that's in that marketing thing, which is like if you just call him Arm Fall Off Boy, then he's
You know what you're
you
getting.
know what you're getting. If he's called TDK and everyone's like, well, what does he do? What's his
Yeah.
thing? And they go like, blah, blah. And then you see that scene that was going around in the marketing, and then they're like, I think Harley or someone says like, it's the Detachable Kid, and then Flag is like, I don't pick the team, or like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like if May's just in service of that joke, who knows? But I would argue that essentially, yes, he is Arm Fall Off Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's close enough that I don't know why we would split hairs about it.
Yeah.
Right. Suicide Squad on Arrow. That was a thing. So, yeah, Deadshot was on it. I'm pretty sure Cupid was on it, who was like the archer that was sort of the rival archer that was kind of had the hots for Oliver sort of thing.
Yeah.
There was a Waller that appeared on Arrow a lot as head of Argus and ultimately dies in... I can't remember exactly when she dies, but Waller gets like shot in the head on
Jeez.
Arrow. Like Waller goes down.
Jesus.
But let's see who else was on there. Oh yeah, Bronze Tiger, Shrapnel. Yeah. So it was sort of like a weird one. You see like a shot of Harley in a cell, and you just see like the back of this like blonde ponytail head, and you hear like a but that's it kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that's the little Easter egg But yeah, essentially there was a Task Force X. There was a Suicide Squad. I'm pretty sure they had the bombs and stuff like
Really?
that. But that was like the Arrow version of them.
Was it done
Deadshot
well?
was kind of cool, actually. I liked the guy that played Deadshot on Arrow. I thought he was good. He had a good sort of arc. Did they bring Boomerang in? I don't think they did.
No.
I don't think they did. They brought Boomerang in for other stuff, but not for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish it's had character, because it was Arrow. It was like, who are the characters? Who are the villains we haven't seen in a while? And they brought them in. I sort of wish it was more of an opportunity to hint at there is stuff happening beyond the borders of Star City.
Yeah.
And so you get like, yeah, Deadshot. We've seen him on the show. We know Waller. We know Cupid. Sure. But then we're also going to have not even someone from The Flash, but just like a different character, like pick someone and then you'd be like, oh, does that mean like, bring in Monocle or like Matter Master? And then you go like, oh, fuck, like are Hawkman and Hawkgirl having adventures we're not seeing? Or, or bring in, like, I think that's maybe what I wanted. Just, it's not about actually spinning stuff off, but just sort of hinting that the world is wide.
Yeah.
I might have preferred that a little bit, but it was fine for what it was. I actually really like the person who played Waller in the Arrowverse.
Really?
I don't like the design of like a thin, crazy hot Waller, but she played it so well. She had that like that edge, and like you didn't know if she was just gonna be like, no, for the point of the mission, I'm gonna shoot you in the leg. Like she had that like no bullshit kind of thing you want in a Waller. She's a really good actor that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave Twitter and head on over to Instagram.
Now we're going to Instagram, take some questions and answer them.
First question comes from Robbie's Just This Guy.
All right.
Who asks, I've recently gone through John Ostrander's run, and I have to ask, does anyone ever like Captain Boomerang? Also, how surprising is it that he pulls off the aesthetic of his outfit? I say he doesn't.
He definitely does.
I hate that outfit. I think it's awful.
That weird like blue like flight attendant hat,
and
the big coat and the scarf.
Why?
Well, I actually back then he was pre-coat Boomerang. He just had that big like puffy blue shirt that had white boomerangs on it.
Why? Yeah, that's the one we read. Yeah. I don't get it.
He looks a lot better with the coat and shit, like closer to his more modern design. I don't know. It's just, I fucking like it.
He's such a ridiculous character.
No one likes Boomerang. He's fully a scumbag. Like even amongst heroes, even amongst villains and stuff on the Suicide Squad, they just see him as this like lecherous bigot. Basically, like other villains are just like, Jesus, can you stop sexually harassing the female members of the team?
But also doesn't
like villains look at Boomerang and go like, at least I'm not this motherfucker.
He also like doesn't really have a power.
Other than he's got that sort of like preternatural accuracy. It's not a power, but he's like a Green Arrow or a Deadshot in a way. Deadshot is better, but he's just got that crazy accuracy sort of thing. His son, Owen Mercer, who became the second Captain Boomerang, had a little like short distance super speed.
Oh.
So he was kind of like Flash and Captain Boomerang
interesting.
together. And I think that's the angle they're going, maybe with that Suicide Squad game.
Oh,
because I'm pretty sure, like, as you play as the
that's
squad,
right.
I'm pretty sure you see him zipping around.
Yeah, we saw that in that trailer. Yeah.
So I think that's like the angle they've got there. But for Digger Harkness, the original Captain Boomerang, no, he doesn't have a power. He's definitely not likable. He's shitty. He's bad. He's a sexist. He's a racist. He's a misogynist.
Australian.
He's a chauvinist. Yeah, he's just he's your typical Australian. I think the closest you get to humanizing him is Identity Crisis, where he's fully washed up and he's begging, like the Calculator. He's begging other villains for any work. He's like, I'll do it for like $200, man. I don't give a shit. I need it. And he's trying to like meet and impress his son. He's like, I'm Captain Boomerang. Pretty
Oh, that's
Is
sad.
that cool?
That's
I'll
sad.
do anything you want. Just keep me in your life.
That's so sad.
It is. And here's the saddest part. I mean, it's sad not because he's redeemed in any way, but just sad because you're like, oh, he's just such a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Is that the job he gets is to assassinate Jack Drake, Tim Drake's dad.
Oh,
And he breaks into the Drake household, and he does manage to kill Jack Drake, throws a boomerang, goes into Jack's chest, but not before Jack Drake lights him up with a gun. So the one job he's hired to do is kill a civilian, and he dies doing it because he's so washed up and burned out and a loser.
Christ. Also, how do you kill someone with a boomerang?
He threw it into his chest.
I know, but it would have to be really sharp.
Yeah. Captain Boomerang doesn't just have regular, but they're like trick boomerangs. It's like Green Arrow with arrows, and he's got razor boomerangs. He's got boomerangs he can hold like swords and fight. He's got
That's not a boomerang.
He's got exploding boomerangs. He's got
If it's a sword, it's not a boomerang.
even in the fucking movie, the first movie, he had like a video camera boomerang that he throws to get like a feed
what
and
a
shit like that.
terrible thing. Like,
Yeah, they're like tech boomerang. They're like trick
what an
boomerangs.
awful idea.
I like it.
I know
I also
you-
like that he's a fucking Flash villain. He didn't have a chance.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
He's one of the even the rogues don't like boomerang.
That's one
like
of the-
he's kind of one of them. So sometimes out of obligation, they still help out or team up. But like the rogues don't like him. The Suicide Squad doesn't like him. He dies a pathetic loser. He's hated universally. Boomerang is bad.
That reminds me of the beginning of this fucking Legend 3 book. There's a scene where they're inside Titan Tower,
Yeah,
and it's the Flash and it's Beast Boy.
the Flash and Beast Boy and Sarge Steel.
Yeah, and Sarge Steel is like, I gotta keep you guys here. And they're like, I guess you do. And he's like, don't make me shoot you with a gun. And I'm like, it's the fucking Flash. What do you mean you're gonna shoot him with a gun?
That's true.
Calls Beast Boy changeling.
But again, it's like
Feels
it's like
racist.
the Bruce Wayne thing where Flash is like, oh, but we gotta go out there. And he's
I
like,
know.
I have a gun. And he's like, damn it.
I know. I'm like, wait. Literally, he could shoot it. You could deal with whatever you need to do and get back here before the bullet hits
And
you.
still get shot if
Yeah.
you wanted to
Yeah.
clear your conscience.
What? Like what?
Yeah.
Like what?
It's true.
That really annoyed me when I read it.
That's true.
All right.
I've been a vigilante this whole time, but now there's a rule that says I can't.
I know. Yeah. What?
Damn it.
There was before. Anyways, I did like this book, but it's really stupid.
I do love that.
All right. Next question comes from the most interesting, Reggie.
Andrew Delgado?
Basically.
Oh, it's Instagram. Delgado Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Who asks, has Amanda Waller ever directed the squad at the U.S. government or politicians for her own ends, or mostly just against other supervillains and foreign countries?
I mean, mostly against supervillains in foreign countries. Waller is
As Waller does.
for fuck. For better or worse,
Yeah.
You could argue
death
that
do we part.
argue that she is a patriot. She believes in the idea
Yeah.
of the United States.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
why she stormed the Capitol.
yeah, which is why on January 6th, Task Force X actually
That's right.
invited all those
Yeah,
people
that's
there.
right. That's what I was actually, yeah.
Captain Boomerang was the guy that shit in the
Yeah.
fucking Congress.
With the fucking horns. Like,
Oh, it's me. I shit in the hall.
yeah. Did I do it?
Am I anyone's favorite yet?
Yeah.
No, she's a patriot. So even when she's directing the squad on U.S. soil, even when she's going after the Justice League, even when she's doing stuff like that, she's doing it because she believes in her heart of hearts she's protecting the interest of the free people of the United States of America
Goddamn
and the non-metahuman population,
That's
basically.
right. Yeah.
Now, a lot of misguided shit in there to unpack, but essentially that's the idea, which means that unless it was the government itself that was undermining
Yes.
those things, she wouldn't turn the squad on them. And, you know, even at the government's most corrupt, it was Luthor who generally kind of, he was hiding it, but he sort of has like a vague anti-metahuman kind of thing. So Waller mostly goes along with it during that arc, which you will get to because that was part of the haul that we got. It's that Superman Batman.
That's right.
Loeb McGinnis one. Waller does not sick the squad on Luthor, but she does sort of forsake her duty as like a secretary of whatever because Luthor goes crazy. Yeah. So she'll pick country over president.
Yeah.
But that's not an example of her like turning the squad against the army or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No. But they used the squad to during Salvation Run or the lead up to Salvation Run, the squad was used to kidnap criminals who were then teleported to an alien planet. That was deemed to be like the permanent prison solution for them, which of course was not.
Yeah.
But the squad was used for that. So it definitely turned on other villains and certainly operations on foreign soil. China, Russia, Bialya, like you name it, the squad's been there. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next question.
Sure.
From Cursed Blob, who asks, what's your favorite Suicide Squad lineup?
Oh, man. So this is not your dream lineup.
Yeah.
This is an existing lineup.
I don't really know the lineups that well. That's the problem.
So you could probably guess some of them, but, like
Deadshot's in most of them, I guess.
Deadshot's in most of them. The New 52 lineup, like when New 52 launched, it was like Deadshot, Harley, Boomerang, King Shark, some others, but those were kind of like your core four. If you like those four, that's maybe your era a little bit. The original one was like, we've seen the original one here, but that's sort of when that spins off into its own series. It's like Deadshot, Boomerang, Enchantress, Bronze Tiger, Count Vertigo.
Oh, okay. I'd probably go with the modern take. I mean,
the kind of current squad is like Peacemaker, Superboy, Talon.
Wow. Superboy, eh?
Warp, I think.
Superboy's a villain?
Well, Superboy's
the Superboy like clone.
This is Con-El.
Yeah.
He's not a villain though, but he's sort of working with Walt. Like there's things happening. It just depends on the era. There are so many different lineups. I'm going to give a shout out to a slightly weird era of Suicide Squad. It was the quote unquote new Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. Sort of stuck between the New 52 and Rebirth kind of thing. But that one had Deadshot, Harley, Manta, Reverse Flash, but not Thawne or Zolomon. It was Daniel West. He was the New 52 Reverse Flash, who actually ends up dying in that arc. And it's a character I never liked in the New 52, and his like death sort of redemption kind of arc. I was like, oh shit, do I like this version of Reverse Flash?
Oh, weird.
I kind of dug that one. I think Parasite ends up on that team. I don't hate that one. They did a version kind of around when the first movie came out that was closer to that lineup. It had, Deadshot, Harley, Croc, Katana, Boomerang. Wow. I think that version is the one that very briefly Waller manages to get Zod.
Jeez.
Which ends up going poorly, but she has Zod for a brief period of time. I really like that Ostrander lineup though. I like the Count Vertigo Deadshot dynamic is wild. Because Count Vertigo is like suicidal and he's like, you gotta just promise me you'll take me out to Deadshot. And Deadshot's like, if you ask me to do it, I'm going to fucking kill you. So make sure this is what you want. You sad son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Like it deals with like shit. Bronze Tiger's in there.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a cool lineup. I think you got to go OG. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Next question comes from Dem Jankies, who asks, the Suicide Squad is best when there's actual risk of them not making it through the book.
Right.
Imagine DC comes to you to make a roster of 10 characters for the squad, and they tell you that some of them must die and never come back. Which A-list villains or anti-heroes do you choose for the team, and who do you kill?
How big of a team do we have to make here?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make 10, and let's say you have 3 of them have to die.
Okay.
Just so that it's like that's a reasonable number, I think.
Yeah.
So, 10 villains.
Interesting.
Okay. I like squads that borrow villains from multiple heroes.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, it's almost like you're getting like what you would get from like a Injustice League or something like that too. You get like different corners covered.
Yeah.
So I would like to have like, let's say, I think Parasite. I like Parasite on the Suicide Squad.
Really?
I dug that because that's a sort of crazy, unpredictable sort of thing in there. Let's get Parasite in there. Let's get like the Riddler. Silver Swan, Boomerang. Throw him in there still.
Yeah.
Let's get Dr. Polaris. Let's get Manta. I like having Manta in there. Let's get Harley. Count Vertigo. No. Brick.
Nice.
Like Simon.
I can feel what you're doing here.
And maybe and King Shark. King Shark's fun to have in there.
Yeah.
Of those, who do I kill? I think I kill Riddler. I think I kill Boomerang.
Wow.
And I'd kill and I'd kill Simon. I think I'd kill those 3. Like kill them.
Really?
There's precedent for a new Boomerang, that the Owen Mercer one and stuff like that. I'm not saying there will never be another Boomerang, but let's get rid of Digger Harkness. He's like fully the worst scumbag ever, and he has been for 40 years.
Yeah.
Let's just kill Digger Harkness. We get to fondly remember that he was a scumbag no one liked, and that you can still play that joke and shit without him being alive.
Yeah.
The Riddler, I think it's like the ultimate humiliation for the Riddler. And we've seen this happen in comics. He's steadily lost esteem in the villain world, even in Year of the Villain and stuff like that. Like he doesn't get invited. Luthor says he's a joke. In this recent run of the Flash on a different Earth, the Luthor makes fun of the Riddler for not even doing real riddles, just observations and shit like that.
That's really funny.
I think it's the ultimate humiliation for the Riddler. A, that he's caught and stuck in prison. B, that he can't get out of the Suicide Squad. And C, to just kill him sort of in basically anonymity because he's doing a mission no one can find out about because they're a covert Black Ops thing. He just sort of dies somewhere. Someone will, information will get to Batman that for some reason Riddler died in fucking Karak or something like that. Jeez. And then for Simon, maybe the idea that whatever he thinks it's going to be easy because he's a telepath or whatever, and he's trying to control Waller, and he doesn't realize that she's got a psychic shield, and she's just like, fuck you, and just blows the bomb, blows up that big clear telepathic head of his.
Yeah.
So okay. I think those are my 3 I kill. Boomer, Riddler, and Simon.
I've got my group.
Okay, let's have it.
Okay. Brother Blood.
Okay.
Black Manta.
Sure.
Mr. Nobody.
Oh, Jesus.
Maxwell Lord.
Okay, sure.
Despero.
Oh, man, Waller's playing with fire here.
Dr. Light.
Okay.
Dex Star.
Okay.
Captain Cold.
Okay.
Paperman.
Fuck Paperman. Oh, if he survives this, I'm going to be pissed.
And Joker.
Joker?
Yeah.
Sorry. She has Max Lord and Despero,
Yeah.
two powerful telepaths.
Yeah, yeah.
Despero is basically as powerful as Jean-Jean's almost
Yeah.
in physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And you have Maxwell Lord,
Yeah.
known powerful telepath. And Joker, fully uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And Manta,
Yeah.
bloodlust goes rogue right away.
Yeah.
And Mr. Nobody, who's not even like in our reality fully.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like Waller's Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. Like, she's like, this is the only way I can go out is this team of uncontrollables turning on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pick 3.
Yeah.
Who does not make it out of whatever the fuck the mission requires this team?
So, Maxwell Lord and Despero, gonna kill each other.
So those are 2 of them.
yeah. So there's 2.
They both die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Paperman, immediately first one to kill.
Yeah, like a Slipknot
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's Paperman, the man who can fold into anything.
Yeah. Immediately sets on fire. Yeah.
Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
Yeah. That's my group.
I also like that the question was like A-list villains, and you went Paperman's A-list.
Yeah. In my mind,
A is a letter. Letters are on paper.
boom.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Letters are also made of paper.
Not always.
What materials are you making letters out of?
Anything. Put 2 metal beams and a crossbeam.
You can send that through the mail?
You got yourself a fucking H.
You can send that through the
mail.
mail.
I thought you just meant like letters.
No,
like,
I meant like
the
letters.
letters of the alphabet.
I meant like letters, like the
Oh.
ones that you write.
Oh,
Hence the paper.
you can make that out of steel.
Like to ship this. All right, let's leave Instagram and head on over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
That's right. First question comes from Never See It Die, Iron Joker.
33.
That's right. Who asks, what is a villain or hero from another comic company you would enjoy seeing become part of the Suicide Squad? Taking Deadpool out of the running, so as it's too simple of an answer.
Sure. I'm going to go with the Richard Eden school of thought and pick the most dangerous, uncontrollable option. I'm saying Cletus Cassidy, Carnage.
Whoa. Oh, that would be a good.
Yeah.
I'm choosing Thanos. No. I kind of want to see like Spawn.
Oh, shit.
I know he's not necessarily like a full villain, but
Yeah, interesting.
sort of anti-hero though, so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Waller famously very good at like taking someone who has their own mission and
Yeah.
then co-opting them for whatever her
yeah,
mission
exactly.
is.
Yeah. No, I want milk and cheese.
Milk and cheese. What a weird fucking. Yeah, let's see who else. Yeah, I mean, like Bloodshot would be kind of neat from Valiant.
Yeah.
Or Shadow Man. You know, I love me some Shadow Man.
Adam Warlock.
Like, he's so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing.
Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I'm going with Carnage. I'm going with Cletus Cassidy. He feels like too big, like so big that it's dangerous territory
Yeah.
for Waller to be in, but like not so big that it feels like Waller managed to put a bomb in a god.
Yes.
Like,
I would agree with that. You know, actually, he might be slightly too powerful, but Loki?
sure, yeah. I mean, like, and you know, there's versions of a sort of like espionage Loki, like that Loki Agent of Asgard series. It's not a
Yeah.
Suicide Squad thing, but like, I think Loki can work with that kind of story.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we saw in the show.
Yeah.
Was that like
Yeah.
you team him with something he doesn't necessarily want to be
Yeah,
working
yeah.
with? Like, I think it works. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question from Dante's Fire.
Oh,
Ooh, mucho.
fuego.
That's right. Who asks, has any top tier superheroes been in the Suicide Squad? I know Katana and Bronze Tiger work with the squad, mostly in support or managing roles, but have any Justice Leaguers been incarcerated and dumped into Waller's lap?
Vixen worked alongside the Suicide Squad for a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's before. I'm gonna get my chronology wrong. She might not have been a leaguer at the time.
Batman's
that might have been
involved.
like around her time in the league.
Yeah.
But or she just left the league or something like that. That's what it is. She's like former leaguer.
Batman's worked with Suicide Squad, hasn't he not?
Like not for anything beyond like the gimmick of in this issue Batman
Has
or
no
like in
choice.
this event.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about that sort of stuff, yeah, Waller has press gang different people, but in Justice League versus Suicide Squad, she does manage with the squad to capture the Justice League.
Wow.
But she as a sort of act of good faith, she's like, I could have had bombs in all of you. I don't.
I hope that's what the game is. The storyline.
For this movie?
No, the game.
Oh, the game. Well, the game seems to be my impression of the game is like Brainiac or someone has mind controlled the Justice League.
I hope.
So the Suicide Squad has to take them down.
That's what I hope it is. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That
It looks
so fucking good.
I think it's a weird misdirect if it's not, because I think even Superman has like purple eyes or something.
Yeah.
It feels like Brainiac to me.
Yeah. It makes sense.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, there have been sort of run-ins and brushes and stuff like that. But no, because ultimately, again, Waller is technically one of the good guys. It never goes quite that far.
Yeah.
But she's gotten like big guns on her, like Lobo, Zod, Manta, Deathstroke, different, Vixen. Like I said, not necessarily with a bomb in her neck, but different people have worked alongside the Suicide Squad
much
before.
like Bronze Tiger. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. All right, let's leave Reddit and head on over to the Doc Scored. Wow, what a like backpedal. Like I'm singing something, but I have no idea what it is.
Can I interest you in Doc Scored? All of the docs.
Just fully abandoning the
Little
rock
squad of
thing.
it, all of the docs. Doc Scored is a tragedy, and Doc Scored is a crime.
Doc Scored, Doc Scored, Doc Scored, Doc Scored, Doc Scored, Doc Scored, Doc Scored. Welcome to the Doc Scored. Everything is bad.
Scored! Doc Scored, Doc Scored. You did it!
Oh yeah. Doc Scored. Yeah, it's hard to do Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos. Burner. Yeah. You did it.
Yeah. So funny. All right. First question on the Doc Scored from the Batch fan who laughs. They ask, a lot of characters have led the Suicide Squad. Who was the best and worst leader? And who would be an interesting leader from the DCU, in your opinion, that has never been in Task Force X?
Yeah, I love the idea that, like, if it's not Rick Flag, there always has to be a field leader.
Yeah.
And so now it's just like one of these begrudging villains leading these other begrudging villains.
Yeah.
It's often Deadshot, but sometimes there's been these cases where like Waller or someone wants to make a point with him, so it's like, no, now you got to listen to
Yes.
Deathstroke or something, and he's like, I fucking hate that guy. Goddamn son of a bitch. I'm the good shooter.
Yeah.
That's
That's
like
very funny.
there's that sort of thing. Or you get the thing where it's like, oh, Waller's giving me the old
Oh
go.
my God.
But like she's doing it because she knows it'll put him in more danger. She wants to keep Deadshot out. Like,
Yeah.
there's always a machination or something like that. But I do like those instances where like someone else leads the team.
Yes.
Who's my favorite team leader? It's Deadshot.
Yeah.
But who would be funny though as a team leader? Who would be interesting as a team leader?
I think Captain Cold would make a great team leader.
Yeah, I mean Captain Cold. It's funny because he's sort of that with the Rogues.
Yeah.
But the Rogues have a real Fast and Furious thing to them, where it's like we're family. Like literally, that's the Rogues thing. Is like we have a code. We don't kill women. We don't kill children. We rob banks. We look out for each other. We don't leave a rogue behind. Like, there's a real Toretto thing to Leonard Snart.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No wonder I fucking like The Flash.
I love it's not that no wonder I like Fast and the Furious.
No, Fast and Furious has always been around.
Yeah. Omnipresent.
It's, since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
The sacred texts.
There has been and always will be Fast and the Furious. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as there is time, there has been Toretto.
Oh, that's what I wanted. I wanted to leap full meta for the last movie.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What was I going to say? Yes, I think you're right. Captain Cold does have a kind of like he would certainly. I wonder if it'd be an interesting story where like he tries to lead them like the rogues, but because they aren't invested in each other as a family, his
Doesn't
leadership
work,
style
yeah.
doesn't work, and then maybe some of them get killed or like I could see that being like an interesting
yeah, I'm assuming
take.
of the existing team, Boomerang's the worst.
Boomerang's the worst, but that's also like maximum comedy.
I think if you
Him
were,
or King Shark is like maximum comedy of
Yeah.
leading the team.
if
kind
you're
of thing.
bringing somebody in and for them to be the worst, probably be the Joker.
Yeah, and then or you could have people like Bronze Tiger or Black Spider, people who are like kind of bad,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
definitely like they are like, well, I'm not bad. Like these guys are fucking criminals. I don't give a shit about that. Like,
Yeah,
Deadshot's he's become such an enigma because of the Suicide Squad, because of being written in this position. Deadshot has become this like very noble criminal.
yeah,
He's kind of the perfect leader for them. And you almost wish that like the heroes knew more about the Suicide Squad or like could see them more in action, because they'd be like, oh, he's actually he wants his team to get out alive. He wants to minimize casualties. He wants like Deadshot is actually quite noble.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's dead now, but
Was it from a shot?
yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what they call him, Deadshot.
Ooh, it's in the name.
Next question comes from our favorite spacey, sexy texter.
Ooh, Cosmic DM or Cosmic Dom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Space Beater. Like a space heater, but beam me up.
Just read the fucking question.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Move on.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you.
I don't like this. I'm the captain.
Yeah, but I'm the Cosmic Dom.
Oh my. I'm the cosmic sub.
We've made that joke so many times.
Yeah.
What a sub move to make the same joke again.
Whatever. How many people listen to all the episodes? Do you think moral ambiguity is necessary for an interesting team? Or can there be enough interpersonal drama from pure villains clashing egos?
I think you need a mix. It's like anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I think for an arc, you could just make it the anarchy of all of these people having to work together.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you want your book to go on, if it's an ongoing, if you want it to have peaks and valleys and you want to give spotlights to different characters and things like that, then yeah, you kind of have to examine their stories, their circumstances, what's their perspective. And to learn that, you need to learn their, like the arcs of their lives and things like that, you know, like if you're imagining this is going to be an ongoing series, it's going for like 100 issues or something like that. It can't all just be Deadshot being like, Harley, calm down. Like, you need more, and it can't just be only Deadshot being like, but my daughter. You have to start examining, in animation, like Killer Frost is on the team or something. So you start examining like an accident made her this way. Now she's like, she becomes like an energy vampire, but does she want to be that? Blah, 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 blah. Or, Reverse Flash. He just like wants to atone. He didn't mean to become this thing. Or, Parasite, or Poison Ivy, or like whoever you throw on that team, Count Vertigo, where he's just like, I'm the fucking leader of a nation. Why do I want to kill myself?
Yeah.
Like, you do have to go to those places, or or you don't care. If the book is only canon fodder, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Even if you don't even need to know the characters the Tom Taylor series proved that. He introduced like 11 new characters, and that series is incredible. He kills a couple off, but you get to learn about them. It's about their journeys. What do they believe in? Who are they? Why are they here? That sort of shit. And that's the thing that makes the story work. If it's just, here's a book, 2 people will die at issue, it doesn't matter. Like, it has no stakes.
Yeah.
The deaths have to either be, I think they either have to be funny or brutal or devastating.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they could be multiple. But yeah, it either has to be someone overly confident and Waller blows them up and you go like, you fucking idiot. And
Yeah.
you kind of laugh. Or it has to be,
consequential,
Brimstone takes out Blockbuster and they go, holy shit, he was our big gun.
Yeah.
And that's the brutal one.
Yeah.
Or the devastating one is like Deadshot dying.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but no, he
That's the
was
leader.
good
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
has a kid. And,
Yeah.
So I think that's the only way it works.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Ich come from Bruno.
Bruno. Versus.
Burschish. Oh, it's the best. It's top notch.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Who asks, what is your favorite Suicide Squad run? And why isn't it the original Ostrander McDonald one?
I mean, that one is way up there. It's so good. And, it's got great moments. It's got a real, what the fuck is the name of the thing that it's the whole thing sort of based on? Western. The whole concept of this is like based on a Western.
Oh, like Good, Bad, and the Ugly?
No, fuck. I'm not going to think of it. It's going to bug me. Bruno will know what it is, but it's got that kind of like Western grudging team up vibe.
Yeah.
It's got these very kind of political things about like the morality of the US, A, going into other countries, and B, going into other countries secretly and blaming it on villains and stuff like that. It's about like which members of this team are actually kind of like trying to do the mission, which ones are just trying not to get blown up. Like there's a lot of good shit in that Ostrander run. This most recent Tom Taylor, is it Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo? Am I making that up? But the most recent that is called Suicide Squad Bad Blood is the collection. It's 11 issues. It's a very short run, but extremely good. Introduces this new team called the Revolutionaries and sort of examines some of those things too. I have a weird soft spot for that new Suicide Squad run. It's not a special. I will even admit it's not that great. There's bits that I like can't even read. Like anything with Joker's daughter, get the fuck out of there. Really bad character. But it has these weird redeeming moments. There's an arc I think called Monsters, and it's literally about like Harley and Reverse Flash just like trying to figure out whether or not they are redeemable or if they are destined to be monsters.
Wow.
And it's, I don't know. It weirdly gets to me. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's got a soft spot for me. Those are kind of my big ones.
Yeah.
I think even like Flashpoint, other than that Ostrander one, I don't know that there's like something that really stands out where I'm like, fuck, I love the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from We've Only Just Done, who asks, which heroes do you think would make good additions to the squad? A la Katana, how morally gray would the character have to be?
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, it helps if your hero is not adverse to killing.
Yeah.
They don't need to necessarily revel in it, but they need to sometimes believe it necessary. I think that would be helpful as part of the Suicide Squad. It's a thing that right now Con-El Superboy is coming up against, which is like, we cannot kill.
They're like, maybe a little.
It's like, buddy, this is Suicide Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
So, a character like Katana is a character who does believe that there are circumstances in which that is justified and necessary and noble and whatever. Bronze Tiger, Black Spider, even Vixen. Yeah, I think made a little bit of sense. There's who would?
Red Hood?
Yeah, I mean, Red Hood, definitely. I think you could have him lead the team or be on the team or something like that.
Yeah.
That certainly makes some sense. There's possibly even an argument for like an Atlantean.
Oh, interesting.
Because Atlantis has some of these kind of old timey. There's trial by combat, or
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
kind of a warrior society. Like there is an old sensibility. Arthur says it a lot in the comics, which is like Atlantis is old and its memory is long, and it is slow to change its ways.
Yes.
He's usually saying it in the context of like they don't fucking like me.
Yeah.
But I think you can make an argument that like, I don't know what the circumstances are, but a character like Merc or even Tempest or, just someone, or Siren, Mira's sister, if someone like that ends up on the team. I guess we're talking about heroes to join the team,
Yeah,
but like any of those, Merc, he's technically one of the good guys. He's like one of the generals of Atlantean military or something. If there was some sort of circumstance, I could see Merc leading. I could, frankly,
Or just Sarge,
even
right? Like,
Mira.
yeah.
I think there's an argument where you could see Mira do it.
Yeah.
Mira is not. She got a Red Lantern ring during Blackest Night. Like she has that in her.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Again, we're not talking about reveling in the violence or reveling in the idea of killing, but someone who maybe could be convinced that it's necessary sometimes, or
Hawk and
would
Dove?
allow. Well, Hawk certainly.
Yeah.
Dove wouldn't love that.
Yeah. Hawk,
But that might be an interesting dynamic to
Yeah.
play. That Hawk is like, finally, I found someone where I
Yeah.
can fucking cut loose with. And Dove's
Yeah.
like, actually,
Yeah. That would be cool.
yeah,
like
I
that.
agree. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last question from Ryan the Prime, who asks, do you think Harley's incorporation to the team has made the team more popular? What makes the team so interesting for readers?
I don't think it hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, almost certainly. Actually, it made the team more popular. Harley joined was made part of the Suicide Squad as part of the New 52 launch,
Okay.
and part of that was like she's done with the Joker.
Yes.
Or like we're moving that way.
Yeah.
That it's not Joker and Harley. It's we don't know where the Joker is. He cut his face off, and Harley is on the Suicide Squad. And I do think that boosts the profile because Harley is a very popular character. So it boosts the profile of the team, whether or not the book is good.
Yeah.
That's a separate sort of thing. And then it definitely boosts the profile of the movie. A, very popular character. B, Margot Robbie crushes in that movie. That movie is dog shit, and she's great.
Yeah.
Like
Certainly.
So definitely helps that way. I have a personal hope that we are done with Harley on the Suicide Squad, though. I feel like it was an important step.
Yeah.
She's away from the Joker, but now she's found sort of a footing on her own, but it's still with other villains. She's still looked at as a villain.
But she's trying to do good, right?
She's trying to do some good, but it's in this villainous way. But she's making new relationships, friendships, things like that with other people.
It's where I like Harley, I think.
But I think that's a necessary step. And now where she's like basically like auditioning to work for the Bat.
Really?
Like she's like, I need to prove to Batman that like the trust that he puts in me is not misplaced. That I can find all of these people that joined the Joker during the Joker War. And then as soon as that was done, they took off their clown makeup and went back to their regular fucking jobs. They're just out there in Gotham. It's basically like a January 6th sort of thing.
I was going to say they're fucking Death Eaters, but.
Well, that / like, it's like a January 6th thing a little bit, which is like, she's like, they're out there. They're not facing consequences. And I want to do good and I want to clean up my neighborhood and I'm going to earn that shit.
Yeah.
And so I think the Suicide Squad feels like the right middle step between those two things.
Yeah, but she's beyond that now.
But I think she's past it. I feel like now to put her on the Suicide Squad is a step backwards.
Yeah.
She's had between her solo series and the Suicide Squad and stuff like that, there has been like a mountain of character development for Harley over the last, 10 years since the New 52 started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Holy shit. Yeah. 10 years. But yeah, I think it would be the wrong step now. It's a great era. I think it does revitalize the Suicide Squad. I think it revitalizes Harley in its own way. And I think now the Suicide Squad is in a weird stage right now where I think they also know they shouldn't use Harley. And Deadshot is dead. And they're also like, well, Peacemaker's going to be in the movie. Like, the squad right now, I'm reading it, but I'm like, yeah, this needs to find its foot.
Yeah.
They need like a core roster. But I say you could bring in some classic characters, but let's make a new base team. You know, who is the Suicide Squad Trinity is sort of like Deadshot, Boomer, and since the New 52, Harley. That was kind of like, that's your Trinity for the Suicide Squad. So who's your new one? Boomer is nowhere to be found. Harley is out. Deadshot is dead. And I think that's like, it's like those eras where you built a Justice League without Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and you go like, it's fine. Or sometimes it ends up being good, like the JLI or something, but then you look at it and you just go like, but it's missing, but it's as good as it is, it feels like it's a bubble and it's not the thing. Because as soon as you get to that JLA series where they bring back the big 7 Justice Leaguers, you go, oh, fuck yeah. And I feel like I'm waiting for the oh, fuck yeah for the Suicide Squad.
You know what I would love to see is if they took one of the like henchmen
Oh, interesting.
and put them on the Suicide Squad. And
so
have
like
them,
someone that worked for Penguin or something.
Yeah, and have them have to like Waller sees like true villainy in them, but maybe they were only just a henchman, and so now they have to prove themselves as like a villain within this group of villains, but also do good.
That's a fun angle. I kind of like that. Yeah,
yeah, where they both have to do good, but also trying to be bad enough to prove that they're bad and have that their value is, and that because they become like a villain out of that.
Yeah,
I think that's what it
that's
needs.
sort of a fun angle. Actually, I do kind of like that.
Yeah, have them create a villain out of Suicide Squad through like reverse engineer, have someone who belongs on Suicide Squad.
I don't hate that.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for my call, DZ. What do you think makes the team interesting, though? When does it work the best?
It's when you have the balance of like motivations.
Yeah.
It's not even that they need to be redeemed, but
No.
it's that like
It's
Deadshot
competing interest with what their mission is as well.
It's that they have a mission, but they're also looking for a way out.
Yeah.
That's the tension that works really well. The other tension that works is like you have someone like Boomerang who's just like, well, I just do these missions so I get time off my sentence and I'm going back to the fucking bar, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have Deadshot who's just like, I want to see my daughter. I'm not even trying to convince people I'm a good guy, but I am a dad, goddammit, and I have a daughter. And I might be the worst man in the world, but I
do
still
this one
have
thing,
this obligation, and this is the thing that I cling to.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Harley who is possibly in search of true redemption, which is like, how much do I have to do to wipe out the blood on my hands?
Yeah.
And that the sort of mix of those things, people who don't give a shit that they're in prison, people who need to get out, people who hope to get out, people who just are in for the thrill of it. Like they're like, oh yeah, I could be here forever. I just love fucking going out and snapping like, just add time for all I care. I'm on the Suicide Squad, baby.
Exactly.
People with death wishes. You know, you have all these different motivations. And I think what that does, though, is it gives you a kaleidoscope of like the villain experience. And that's the real fun of the Suicide Squad is you're following villains. You know, other books will give you an arc and like, you learn their motivation or something like that. But in this book, they are the protagonists. You're following them. You're supposed to root for them, not just learn about them. So you get this kaleidoscope of experiences, and then you as a reader go, wow, no two villains are alike. And then you go, should they all be there? And then you go, and then when you bring in someone like Batman who just goes like, oh, you fucks. Like, then you go like, no, like they have inner lives. And then like, before you know it, you're like, oh shit, I don't like the heroes. Even the good heroes are like writing them off. And you're like, no, they have fucking wants. You're like when that book works well, it's where you get partway through and then they bring in a hero cameo and you go, you motherfucker.
Wow.
And then like, you're like, oh shit. Like
that's awesome.
That's when the book really works, right? Is because you get, that sort of breadth of experience and you're like, oh, they're human beings. Like
bad people aren't just bad.
Yeah, they contain multitudes.
Yes.
I think that's where it really works. That's a thing that I don't have right now in the current Suicide Squad book.
Yeah. Well, that was the last question.
Well, holy shit.
But you know what it means.
Oh, I know what means.
You know what means. It means time to play everyone's favorite game. Can you guess the name of the character based on someone who's not read comic books can describe that character to us?
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, baby. So Liam beat you last week.
Yeah.
There's like a hesitation in your voice. He did. He beat you.
I mean, we'll never know. He just got there first.
I think that's the
I was
point.
I was about to say, but he's the guest.
Yeah, you were giving that one to him.
Yeah, that's a push. Josh,
I did love testing
like
an artist with his character. Oh God,
what a dick move!
Oh, I was really happy with that one. If you don't know how this game goes, I send a photo of a DC character to my wife. She does not read comic books, nor does she care for them. So she sends back 4 clues describing what she sees. The doctor tries to guess who it is.
I'm ready.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
But just do it.
Okay. 4 clues. First clue.
Okay.
Cool kid undercut.
Superboy.
No.
Impulse.
No.
Shimmer.
No.
Okay. Next clue.
Prep school devil.
Clarion the Witch Boy?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Have we not already done Clarion the Witch Boy for this?
No.
Oh, okay.
The other clues were evil kitty cat friend.
Sure. Yeah. Tickle, his familiar.
And satanic New York lonely boy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Lonely boy.
I don't want to say that this is like fully making up for, what was it, 2 weeks ago with the Citizen Steel clues debacle, but this feels like more of a gimme week.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say anything about that character that doesn't kind of give it away.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
It's a dude in a suit with horns and like a cat, like
strong like Wednesday Addams vibes.
Yes, yeah. There's always this balance where I have to give stuff that she can actually come up with ideas,
yes,
and something that also isn't so specific that it's not like part shark.
Yeah,
it's like
has polka dots.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I'm always like trying to. It's like balance those two.
That's fair.
Where it's like even that last week one, I'm just like it's like a vampire lady. Like it's hard to to get super detailed with that.
Right.
But that was the episode. Holy shit, we went long.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I know. Well, yeah, we had news and we had to talk about the comic book
comics,
fucking comic books.
Oh yeah, who knows? It'll either be Patreon ep in September once Eatgist is done, or it'll be a special,
depending on how much you guys push us.
Yeah, I mean we literally bought like between 3,000 and 4,000 comics.
Yeah, we've got so many comic books that there's boxes that we're like, I don't know, we'll deal with those later.
There's whole boxes where we're like,
yeah.
We have to like actually figure, especially with the indie stuff. We're like, well, we just don't know.
I just don't know.
I don't know if I would want this.
I don't know what cross-gen comics is.
Yeah.
I grabbed the Ruse.
Although I think I will take Negation. I think I saw some good stuff on the Discord, like some nice hype for that one. So I think I might take Negation.
You might have to go sift through it then, because
I mean it's everywhere. Yeah,
I mean.
This person clearly loved comics, but obviously also didn't love putting them in order, which is kind of crazy.
It's the crazy. I mean, there must be something that we don't know about them, because like or some detail that we're missing, because
maybe they've got like synesthesia, so they're in order by smell or something.
Yeah, or someone else like dumping them all out and then put them together.
Yeah, or they were in binders and then someone put them in boxes.
Like it's the only thing I could think of, because. It's
sometimes the series was together but out of order. Sometimes the series was in order but not together.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are just random.
It seems like
sometimes they're front to back to front, facing different ways, upside down.
It's more than just like an accident or like someone didn't put their comic books back properly. It's like someone actively was trying to make it.
It looks like there is a system, but we can't decipher.
Yes,
like it's some sort of codex.
Yes,
yeah.
It's like when you like over shuffle a deck of cards, and it's like there's no way that this could accidentally ever show up like this.
Yeah,
like this is what it is. Like the more I go through, the more I'm like, this feels intentionally like disorganized.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But yeah, very excited. So
there'll be more on that to come.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have to go through that. But we would love to hear from you, residents. Did you get this week's clue this quickly?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah,
that was
baby.
fast. That was good. You redeemed yourself.
Thank you.
or maybe you want to send us a question.
What do you mean redeem myself? I had a win and then a push. I got Citizen Steel. Last week was a push. I was on the precipice of saying it, and Liam beat me.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
And then I got it this week.
And you love Guy Gardner, and you've never not liked Guy Gardner.
I begged for years to do a Guy Gardner episode.
If you want to send us a question for next week's episode,
So next week, during the Fanagar tournament of Pant Drink, we ran a contest on Patreon
God,
that if anyone at the beginning of the tournament called the winner, they'd get to guest on the show. That person was your liege butt fart butt.
Oh,
Next week, butt fart butt guests, and we talk Captain Atom.
oh my God.
So send your questions about Captain Atom. It'll be us, and
What do we? Mr. Fart Butt.
it'll be us and Lord Fart Butt.
Yeah.
Please call me butt fart butt.
Yeah.
Lord Fart Butt was my father.
My friends just call me Buddy. Yeah. What do we call you? What? We need to
I
solve this.
only will call him butt or fart butt or butt. His name is butt fart butt.
Yeah.
His name was butt fart butt.
Is it butt
His
butt
name
fart?
was Robert Paulson.
Is it butt fart last name butt, or is it butt last name fart butt,
It's all one word.
or is it butt fart?
I think
butt,
it's
butt?
like Madonna. It's just butt fart butt. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God. Well,
So send your Captain Atom questions.
to our Facebook
Dr. DC Podcast
or our Twitter.
at Dr. DC.
Try your hand at our Instagram.
Dr. DC Podcast. Hey, have you heard about this?
You seen it? You heard about this?
Yeah, get this Instagram thing.
Yeah. Have you heard of this electronic mail?
Dr. DC. No. Wait, Dr. DC Podcast
There
at
it is.
gmail.com.
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
Christ.
Yeah. The community going on over at Reddit.
r/Dr_DC.
Give me a call on the doc phone.
208-917-3238.
208-917 DCEU. If you're nasty.
And I am.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, not the same.
If you're nasty, Jefferson.
No, boo.
208
Boo.
9
God, he sucked even in Fast and the Furious.
3 2 3 8. Well, my favorite part about him in Too Fast, Too Furious is he's like, you're going undercover as racers. And as soon as they start racing, he's like,
Why are
they're,
you
they're getting
racing?"
away. Stop them.
Yeah. It's like, no, we were doing the thing. You can go to our website.
DrDCPodcast.com.ca.
We have one at the beginning of this episode, but we love those 5-star reviews.
Give him.
Tasty. Daddy's hungry for reviews.
Yeah. Gulp them
Oh,
down.
yeah. Fill my diaper full of reviews.
Circle around us and we will kneel down and you can give all of your reviews all over us.
Yeah, at the same time, preferably.
Yeah. Review Kake.
Yeah. Speaking of physical mails, send us your physical mails.
Yeah, Diamond, don't just send us like your mail. Just like if you want to send us something though.
Oh,
Like I don't want your electric bills.
yeah, I'm not going to pay it.
I mean, I won't.
I could, but I'm not going to. Send it to either Richard Eden or Reed Vanier at 301 Hogue Street. That's Hoge Street, Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada, Y1A1V8.
Baby.
Yes.
Sign up on Patreon, patreon.com/DrDC.
Yeah, more content.
So $1, $5, $7 level. All of them give you access to the Discord, our awesome fan community. It's a ton of fun.
We shoot hot content over you every week.
Yeah. Content Kake.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Boo content.
Nope.
Nope.
Boo con.
At the higher levels, you get a bonus episode every week. It's Eatgist right now.
Yeah.
So every episode of the Double Dose, that's
The content pie.
yeah, right in the tight content.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Eatgist. So we're doing food episodes all month. This is our second
That's right.
annual Eatgist.
Yeah.
And then there's also bonus videos, theme pools, all sorts of fun
That's right.
stuff. Check it out.
And if you want even more content, you content whore. We have a whole other podcast.
All over your ghost faces.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, check
Spooky.
out Ghost Facers, a Supernatural rewatch.
That's right. Every single episode of Supernatural.
Yeah, we're into season 3
Holy
now.
shit.
We have lots of fun guests.
I can see the
Sometimes
light
there
at
are
the end of
people
the
that worked
tunnel.
on the show. Sometimes we just had Keith Carey and Jordan Leon, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, if you like how we talk about lore, you'll probably like that even if you haven't watched the show.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
a good time. We talk about real world monster lore. We talk about behind the scenes stuff. It's a good time.
Yeah, we relate to Supernatural rather than DC.
A lot of 9/11 jokes in the
Yeah,
last
wow.
episode.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, what did I expect with Keith?
I sent a message to my sister who hosts the Pop Capsule.
Like, this is how you do a 9/11
well,
episode.
she hosts the Pop Castle podcast, so
Yeah.
they cover stuff that happened 10 and 20 years ago. And I've been like so excited that they have to do.
A
I have to
9/11.
find comedy on the week that 9/11 happened 20 years ago.
Can't wait.
And I've been like begging and to be on that
Yeah.
episode. So I like told her, I was like, there's a lot of 9/11 jokes in this week's Ghost Facers. Consider it my audition.
Nice. All right, that is it for this week.
Adios.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao those food and eaters. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Chomp chomp.
Ciao, ciao.
Nom 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 nom.
Heroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.